Welcome to the post-match press conference of the match between...
Sometimes people have sex in different ways.
Makes me why?
And one way is a type of sex called oral sex.
It's really good. You know,
I don't particularly enjoy it.
set the right tone, set the standards.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
The knowledge and also experience from different people. And
Only if you're doing it right.
I am very good.
Every man thinks he knows which positions women love, but most are completely wrong.
Right. Whoa. What happened?
What?
We're not on screen.
What?
We're not on my screen. There we go. Welcome to Straight Right Card. A little delayed.
Well, I was making a last minute update to get Instagram up and running.
Ah, okay. A little delayed jocularity there. Yeah, we got some things to cover. One of them is just driving me nuts. Absolutely driving me nuts. And you'll never believe who agrees with me on it. And the others stay relatively quiet. Everybody's not saying a peep about the NoahKai Banks thing. Wonder why? Well, I suppose we could be wrong, but we'll get into that later. Anyhow, how was your weekend?
Weekend was full of recovering. I got sick with whatever stupid stomach bug. I don't know if your school's plagued by it or not.
No.
But well, I guess not because you guys don't leave campus. So
That's right. Yeah.
You don't get to meet with the outside world. But
I leave campus, but they don't.
The Black Plague is just circulating through school systems right now. And so it was Tuesday night. I was like, oh man, I'm starting to feel bad. Didn't play any games that night, went right to bed. Woke up Saturday, practically. I woke up Wednesday and decided to call in and slept for about 18 hours straight.
18 hours? Damn.
Yeah. Well, wake up occasionally, down some NyQuil, go back to bed.
Impressive.
It was well, yeah, that's impressive for me. But yeah, it was it was just I don't know, it just wiped me out.
Yeah, no, I get it. Sore throat is going around, says Tony.
It was an excessive cough with the two. I called it a chest cold, but who knows what it is.
You know where a lot of sore throats are going around right now?
Where?
Whorehouses.
I was thinking some along the lines of porn, sites, but sets, not sites, I guess.
Also, those funny places with glory holes. A lot of girls with sore throats who hang around those areas. Anyhow, it is what it is. Yes, Test is out, saw it. Yeah, prayers for him. I hope, it sounds like he's not going to make March, so that's going to make us wiggle a little when we pick our team later. It is what it is. Congratulations to Ethan Horvath for playing a horrible pass to the other, not directly to the other team, but hospital ball to a center back or his midfielder there. I watched that game live. I'm like, oh, what bad decision making. These are the things that destroy a person's career slowly but surely and keep them like just below the level they need to be at. And then to blame it on the center back or the midfielder.
Destroying the career of a 34-year-old goalkeeper that has been riding pine or failing at low levels in Europe for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, this isn't to, bust his balls, but at the same time, there was another goal in that game he blamed on the defense. That was a cross that went right across him, and he did nothing. He didn't move. And then he stared at one of the defenders as if they had done something wrong because they stuck out their foot to block the cross. Or the shot, I guess is what it ended up being.
I feel like he's got a little bit of PTSD because it's like he goes to a new team, he starts, he plays, and then he gets benched. So he's concerned that he might be one of the first goalkeepers to come back to MLS just to get benched.
Yeah. Yeah, then no Jedi this weekend. We'll get into that. I'm just like I said, I'm done watching Mönchengladbach. I know who Joe Scally is. He played rather well apparently this weekend. But you know what? F it. I'm sick of it. They're down 3-0. You think,
Yeah, that's what boggled my mind.
just throw them in. Give them some time.
Give him 20 minutes. At least start getting some match fitness back in there.
I'm so done with it, dude. I'm just so done with it. I can't do it anymore.
It's strange. It's strange hearing the reports out of there, hearing what the coach has to say about him, and then just seeing nothing.
Yeah. Hey, congrats to F1 to becoming just another version of Formula E. Fantastic. The engines are now, I think, 50-50. Electricity and 50% battery, 50% gas. And yeah, all the cars are now going to have to spool up their freaking batteries and slow down on the straightaways and brake early because the braking induces the battery to recharge. This is stupid. This is, as I think Max Verstappen said, it's Formula E on steroids. We don't need that.
Fix this. Wouldn't it be funny if racing did get to the point where they had to pull over and charge up at a solar powered plug, and you have to wait 40 minutes for it to get a good enough charge to get back out there?
That's what Formula E is, Brett. Formula E is a racing series for all electric cars. I'm sorry, but 50-50, the way it's working right now, where drivers can't drive naturally, they got to downshift and they got to brake early. That's not going fast. That's going purposely slow to charge your battery so you don't run out. That's unacceptable, stupid. That's got to be fixed. Congratulations to Luke Littler for winning the UK Open in the darts.
No, Anthony has a great idea there. I mean, if we can refuel planes in the air, surely we can have some kind of solar drones that follow the cars around and just plug them in.
Okay. I suppose. Do we need to do that? We already got Formula E. You want to watch a solar or an electric series? It exists. It's called Formula E. Go watch that. And they're going around the track going,
well, Derek, you might not have any choice because with the way the gas prices are going. As you can see here in Indiana, apparently it's up to $4.41 a gallon, which
I noticed on Sunday.
I haven't. Isn't it? Have you noticed it on Sunday? Because I still saw
not that high, but yeah,
I saw it at $3.50. I refilled this weekend. $3.50.
It was $3.81 where I got mine on Saturday.
They don't have any price over here in the Midwest or in Arkansas or Tennessee. Washington over here is nothing. They don't have anything yet on there.
Why are we taking the hit? How is California at $2.74?
Well, they don't have any information over in Malta either. So,
no, California.
I know. I'm just saying though. It's not up to date completely because Malta right here. Malta doesn't have any data yet.
Malta, that's England.
Well, you didn't catch it when I said the Midwest or Arkansas or Tennessee.
No, it's too small for me, Brett. I can see
Kangs. That. Kangs. Don't forget Kangs in Mississippi.
These look like this is like writing for ants. I can't see that.
Squint, Eric, squint. No, this is a horrible map.
People don't know where the countries are? What are we? We living in a world of idiots? Oh, wait. Yes, we are. A lot of them out there. Okay. Yeah. Making maps, apparently, with the wrong country's names on it.
Let's see. Cameron wants to know where it's $2.74 in California. You got to buy a gallon and split it between about 3 people, and you'll be good.
UK is Malta, exactly. What are we doing here? Where'd you find that idiot map?
What are we doing? Somebody posted it was some kind of an agenda to talk about the price hikes, and I'm like, you're an idiot. Either this is great parody or you're an idiot. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell on Twitter these days.
Yeah, it is.
There are a lot of really good parody accounts. 3-letter Kenny or whatever it is. They're out there pissing off the Spaniards.
Okay.
And a great troll. And, it's like, hey, the Spaniards, and when most people like put like the flag that goes with the country they just said.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up putting the Portugal flag. Oops. And then it's a troll. And then it's just a bunch of nonstop Americans and their stupid education, and then he's just leaning into it the entire time. Oh, it's fucking phenomenal.
Okay, the troll. Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I mean, it's fine, I guess, unless people don't get he's trolling. And
No, most Europeans don't.
Well, they're idiots then, I guess.
Yeah.
They're even bigger idiots. Is the Tom Bogert one still around? Laughing out loud. I don't do much socials anymore. I am too old.
The Bogert with the 0.
Yeah. It's still I haven't
it.
seen it for a long time. So
Yeah,
all right.
they go away. Like, I mean, remember the Captain Matt Turner one or whatever? And it was like Matt Turner would the guy would always be like writing a letter, like an old, like, American English.
That's a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that was last cycle a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Even flow. Roll around. All right. We are ready for the next part of the show. What is it, Brett?
We got some. I got a food something here.
Oh, okay. Meat. Looks like
man
meat.
shows how to remove the easily.
It's so easy. This is like for idiots, right? Because this is so easy to do.
For removing the rib membrane. So you got to pick right by a bone and get a butter knife and kind of work it in there.
Yeah.
Get one little index finger in there.
No,
and you got to work it. You can't tear
it's not that hard.
You gotta get under there and just work it a little bit as I'm doing. Just a little bit more and more, and go along that bone and try not to rip it.
Yeah,
you got to get your finger almost all the way across there. And then what you're going to do is try to pull it away from that bone to get some more room in there. And then you can take 2 fingers and get in there. Because you want it to be able to pull on both sides evenly. Then you're going to pull up from the middle. So once I get across here, almost have it there. I'm going to grab it, put my hand in the middle, and just pull up, and that membrane just comes right off.
Oh, it's so easy. Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I mean, that the more you know, guys.
Yeah. I used to call that foreplay, but then when you use your thumb, you can't, right?
Yeah.
It's not foreplay anymore.
Oh,
that's five play. All right. What else we got? Yes, ribs. That's really easy to do. Although I have to admit, I've taught more than a handful of people I respect and love how to do that. And so maybe it's not as obvious as it seems. Now, I caught on to it years ago, but others maybe didn't see the video on YouTube that I saw.
There you go. I was going to say, until somebody points it out to you, you let them know.
Yeah.
Why would you think about it, quite frankly?
I mean, listen, at some point, many years ago, I'm like, you know what? This membrane thing's such a pain in the ass. There's got to be a better way. I went on YouTube, boom, watched a 2-minute video, boom, went in, grabbed a butter knife. You don't even it doesn't take that much work, actually. Once you get the main thing, you get one, you can squeeze a finger in there. You grab some Bounty, all right? You put it around your fingers. You grab inside that hole, and it just tears right off. Like, you don't need to get...
Some people use some Crisco or...
Crisco? That's slippery. Not Crisco. Don't use Crisco. Yeah, there's enough wetness already there to make it easy to slide in. All right.
Well, it's to restrict some friction, just so that way you can
Well, I was giving the Bounty tip because that works, right? Now I was kind of ending the whole sexual venture of the post.
No, I'm leaning right into it.
All right, but it is moist enough that you can get a finger in there without any Crisco. Moist. All right.
Oop, too far. There we go.
Okay, Root Gillett, I no longer enjoy football. I mean, we get one of these a week now from ex-players.
Yeah.
I've decided to stop watching football. I no longer enjoy our sport. I watched Arsenal versus Chelsea. What a horrible football match. I see players trying to create corner kicks, trying to create throw-ins. I see ball boys scratching their nuts, ready to hand towels to the players. Football has become horrible. I hope this isn't the path we are taking. What do you mean? It's been the path for some time.
Been taken, yeah.
It's done. Maybe we can reverse it somehow, but I don't know. All right. I'm waiting for players to start taking on defenses again. I miss the joy, the jocularity. I no longer enjoy football. Everyone with tasks on the field. Where are the players who dribble? Where are the players with the balls? The big cojones. Why does everyone pass and pass and pass and pass and pass? Boring.
All
right, Rude. Thank you for letting us have it, my man.
We complained about that for a cycle, horseshoe football. We called it just pass.
Horseshoe, the ticky tack. Was it the sideways ticky taka or the backwards ticky taka? Sideways ticky taka. Okay, great. Yeah, pleasure to watch. Real pleasure. All right, so it is what it is. There's still teams that play some pretty fun soccer out there. Thankfully. Not everybody, but
and if you're Juventus, that's all the it's just some very eventful halves.
Yeah.
Amazing. They take their striker off, and all of a sudden they're an offensive threat.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to blame Jonathan David on that first half by any means, but
yeah, Jonathan David's taking some stick. It's not his best season.
No, he's already on the chopping block. And then we got that. We'll pull it up later.
I think NoahKai Banks will play for the U.S. men's time, especially after Edgar Moreno post on X. What did Edgar post? Okay, you can believe that if you want.
He posted a NoahKai Banks picture with the little, the little magnifying glass and a quizzical look. Made it sound like maybe he's heard something that he's going to be there in March. What I interpreted it, and I did a little Dr. Evil.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what you're referring to, at least.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I usually see Edgar posts. I did not see that one. And maybe he should have added me at that one because I'd already replied to one of his earlier ones and said, I don't know about that, buddy.
Every time I replied saying, don't you think he may have burnt the bridge with Poch and everything, he's given it a like.
Okay, so he's not 100% either.
No.
I'm still saying, folks, you can go ahead and believe all you want, and that's fine. Use all that positive power. Yeah. And by the way, no amount of adding him or twittering or tweeting at him is going to make a darn difference since he turned it off.
It's back on now.
Oh, it's back on. Yep. I don't think it's going to make a difference this time that everybody loves him. It was pretty clear this was a family decision and it was his decision. So you can, shoot your load his way if you want to and see if it makes a difference. But I'm not. He doesn't sound like much of a Bukkake fan. So anyhow,
we're talking about it. Let's go ahead and just hit the dual NAD thing right up here. I wanted to bring this up because this is kind of a mirror opposite, or how you want to refer to this, I guess.
Castillo.
Yeah. So Castillo said, he played for some 3 friendlies for Mexico. But when he was called up to the World Cup qualifiers, he couldn't travel because he lost his passport. And then he officially switched to the United States men's national team.
Because he lost his passport?
This is the weirdest interview possible. What a 180 flip. I mean, I'm flipping over because he's just saying, I totally lost my passport. They took me back to my house. The plane was already gone at that point.
I know.
I mean, that's how it was. It's not like I wanted to abandon the Mexican national team. Of course not. So I couldn't find it. And when the call came from the U.S. men's national team, I talked to my parents. They said, look, you know what's coming if you make the decision because it's playing for Club America. Let's see. And then I talked about Bradley, gave me the debut against Denmark. Look, come make the switch, he said to him. My parents weren't very happy because I was already in the process with the Mexico national team. And I said, I'm going to make the switch. I'm switching to the United States. I don't understand the train of thought here. But
Me either. Why?
It was a complete switch. Bob came out of nowhere and said, hey, Edgar, come play over here.
That's all it took?
All right, cool. Here's my switch. Bye, Mexico.
Edgar Castillo's the easiest date ever. Hey, baby, you want to go down? Yeah.
Maybe he saw the up and up, the Dos Aceros with the United States, or I don't know. But maybe this is my point is that this is kind of just echoing. He was all in with the Mexican national team. And the U.S. is like, hey, come play for us. And he's with us.
Bob's like, I know you're dating that other gal.
Yeah.
Okay. But I also heard you lost your wallet. I've got a wallet and I got lots of money. So why don't you
Looking
come
for this
over?
passport?
Let's shake it down. Let's get funky together. Oh, okay. Let's do that.
Bob's over there like sneaking behind his couch, grabbing the passport out of his bag. You want this passport back? Maybe you need to file a switch and you'll get it back.
I remember the guy who was talking to me once. This is way back then. He's like, "How about that Edgar Castillo guy? Is he going to be any good?" Edgar Castillo. I like, you mean Edgar Castillo?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, man. You know what I mean. Okay, yeah, my bad. All right, okay. So Poch is not a mannequin. Yes, he is not. And we're going to get into that. Real Madrid have Mauricio Pochettino on the short list of candidates to replace Alvaro Arbeloa ahead of next season, sources told ESPN. Oh, goody for you. Sources say Madrid, who I could give two shits about, are evaluating different candidates to lead, because I am not a fan of big teams. Different candidates to lead the new sporting project, and the Pochettino is one of the coaches highly regarded by President Florentino Perez. Well, okay, you go with that, but we've seen what's happened to other Madrid. Look at the last one. That's a good coach. That's a good manager. He was undermined. Okay? He couldn't get those twats to run for him or play the way he wanted to play. So you want to get twatted just like him? Go ahead and coach for Real Madrid. Have a party. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, between Real Madrid and Tottenham. I mean, hopefully USA.
You mean Tottenham when they're playing in the championship next season?
Yeah, I'm saying hopefully U.S. Soccer and Betty Crocker are already doing some phone calls and planning out what's going to happen come August. You know.
Yeah. Well, whatever he did for Spurs before, just keep in mind Spurs are awful right now. So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. So all this kind of leading up to our dual talk with well, one second. Crap. Audio already started playing. Let's try to switch over to it.
Okay.
But let's continue talking about NoahKai Banks since we were already talking about it. No need to jump back and do multiple segments here.
No point. Yeah, I know. I just want to express how frustrated I am with this. I reached out to multiple people. I got multiple responses from multiple people. And all of them were like, not that big of a deal, probably. I'm like, what? Did you watch your own show? Or what? Have you not paid attention to what's being said? What Poch has said?
Or don't you remember the drama that was stirred whenever Nathaniel Brown ended up picking Germany?
And how much we were all pissed when he came out and said, I'm not recruiting jack shit anybody. Yeah. I am not convincing
100% with us or not with us at all.
And we were all like, hey, motherfucker, Nathaniel Brown's worth it. Give him a call. I'm not saying suck his dick or anything. Give him a call and say, hey, what are your interests? And apparently that call eventually did happen. But still, we were not happy when Poch came out with those comments because recruiting dual nats has been a thing for the U.S. men's national team for a while now. Klinsmann, Bob Bradley, certainly Greg. And,
make the trip out to Germany, buy him a steak dinner. Oh, well, you can't buy him a steak dinner. I guess you could buy him like a bug steak dinner or something because they don't do cow meat and cows because of all the farts and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
So you got to go find your protein elsewhere, and they do their bug protein. They do their fake beef.
I think Pete's getting there, but Tact was like, I don't know. It didn't seem like a big deal. Okay, well, that's fine. It was a big deal. It was a headline for an ESPN article. It's a pretty big news, and it was big for a week. Like after it came out, people were talking about it constantly. And then here's the weird thing. The only one that replied to me, and this is via text, and we went back and forth, and was like, you're absolutely right about that. And people should not be pissed about it when it happens, was Alexi Lawless. That's not what I expected, but that's what happened. And he's like, man, you that's completely right. You've got it. But, expect a bunch of fans to be really irritated by it when it happens. I'm like, well, yeah.
We've got strange, long memories when it comes to stupid shit like this.
We do have memories. But, if you had it on your show, as Jimmy's about to, you should remember that. Because they made a big deal of it on the show at the time. All right, let's let Jimmy speak for himself here.
Well, he's not even going to let Poch speak for himself.
He's going to start at 10. I'd start with 10 and just see how he intros it. All right, here we go.
He said this, Mercy Pochettino. He's not bending the knee, we're paraphrasing this, to convince dual nationals to play for the U.S. This is his quote. Oh, actually, we get to hear from him. Let's roll it.
I think sometimes we are wrong.
Real quick, I will say, Jimmy seemed a little agitated in that intro, don't you think?
Is that the show after he and I had our argument?
This is 2024.
No, it's not. It's not.
He's probably reliving it too. He's like, oh, that Derek, I swear to God.
Derek, I want to thank you, as usual, for your support.
As usual.
Never forget that. I attack him all the time. All right, anyhow.
Probably as usual on that subject.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment. All right, let's hear Poch. His own words.
We need to be careful. Convince. The federation no need to convince a player because it cannot be the most important, one player more important than the team or the, 300 million people. I think the player, if he's American player, need to be desperate. I need to show that we need him or he need to show that deserve to come with us. Because if not, it's like we are weak federation. We are weak. We show.
Got to pause a little bit here, I guess.
Yeah, no, he's saying, hey, we just, go willy-nilly after every dual net who's really not sure they want to play with us. It shows that we're weak.
Yeah.
But he wants somebody who's dedicated to the U.S. men's national team. That's not that much to ask. And had Banks said this 2 years ago or a year ago, there would have been time to work it out. He said it right before camp. Now you want Poch to go suck his dick and beg him to come play for the team? I don't think that's going to happen.
Going off this, though, I mean, this is the mindset he had coming into the national team. It's possible that after a year and some change of assessing center backs in our pool, that maybe he will be willing to bend a little.
Desperado. I mean, that's what it's going to have to be. Desperation. Is Poch the kind of guy who suffers fools, number one. Number two, a guy who is not stubborn and very flexible. No, he's very stubborn and not flexible. And I just don't think he's going to flex on this one. And if it does, it shows that he's a lot more flexible than we ever gave him credit for. That's for sure. Not after what Banks just said. Well, I'm torn. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to play this World Cup. I'll wait it out. I'm not going to make a big decision right now based on a World Cup. That's what he said. I'm torn, and I'm not going to make a decision now based on this World Cup.
Well, he goes, I don't want to make a decision solely on a World Cup.
Well, what's the other parts?
Well, he's like...
He's going to come to his senses. It's been a week. He's going to suddenly decide he changed his mind. They're calling up the team in days here coming up.
Well, here's the thing, though. March doesn't do anything for him anyways. I mean, he can still opt to go for Germany after March anyways.
Well, no, he's not playing for Germany until after this World Cup.
I agree. But I'm just saying, it's him saying, I don't want to make it solely off of this. We talked about this last week. Again, maybe it's a ploy as far as indicating to Poch, hey, if I'm going to get called in March, I want to fucking play.
No, that's
been called him before and didn't play.
You do not do that to Poch. You do not call Poch's bluff. That is, you're going to lose that.
But I mean, that's the thing that he's also looking at too. He's like, well, if Poch, stands strong, I'm only missing out on international play for 3 months because then he's gone at the end of the World Cup.
Okay,
most likely at least.
But we were even debating whether or not Poch would even play him in March or even call him up in March before this happened. Even though a lot of us wanted Banks there. A lot of us were like, yes, you must call up Banks And you must consider him very seriously, play him, and then consider him for the World Cup. We said that. All the shows said that. Most of us did.
Yep.
And then Banks went out and fucked himself right in his own asshole when he would have been better off saying nothing and just let it ride out and see what happens when he got the phone call to come to the team, and then make your own personal decision, right?
Yep.
But doing it right before call up is just weird.
Well, it's weird on the one call up he's had so far. He only dressed and did not play against Japan. He did not dress for the South Korea match.
So what? You're gonna hold that over his head?
No. If you let me finish what I was gonna say,
Right.
I was gonna go a completely different route. But maybe Poch was sitting there saying, "Well, we're gonna give this dual net a chance because it's been part of our national team. We'll give him a call up."
Yeah.
He's wishy-washy. He's not 100% positive whether or not he wants to represent the United States. And then despite the fact that he started for Augsburg, at that point moving forward, he missed out on 2 international windows. Now, I'm not saying that that's why he's making this call now. I'm saying at that point, maybe he's always been, I want to wait and see type of thing, mentality. I want to keep my options open. And that's why he only dressed for 1 game but didn't play. And he wasn't called into the next 2 windows.
So you're saying he didn't play in the games that would not have committed him anyhow. They were friendlies.
Sure. Well, that's Poch's decision to whether or not he plays him. But he could gauge him at that point in that window and say, was this guy 100% with U.S. men's national team? Will he commit?
Sure seemed that way because everything up until last week that Banks has ever said is that he loved playing for the U.S. men's national team.
And I got a quote indicating he had a great time at the camp anyways. So I don't know.
Well, maybe he was having a good time at the camp. Maybe now, after that call from the German national team, they buttered up his ear. They're like, hey, baby, there's more coming. There's more love coming. Hang in there. 4 years from now, you could be playing with the German national team. Yeah. And they made him believe it. And maybe you start to believe your own hype train, right? We all want Banks in March. Well, maybe Banks is thinking, I've been pretty damn good for Augsburg. Really good. No, you've been pretty good for an 18 and 19-year-old. There is no doubt about it. The last game wasn't so good. I just watched the one this weekend.
Yeah.
That wasn't so good. All right.
That happened.
Yeah. So, but he's 18, he's 19, I think 18 years old. There's still a lot of time to develop for him. And frankly, there's still time for him to be called up to the U.S. men. If he skips this World Cup and Germany thing doesn't work out, the next U.S. men's national team coach can have a sit down with him and say, hey, how you feeling now?
Yeah, let's bring BJ back. We got Flo with him. Despite the fact that Berhalter was actively trying to go for Flo. So maybe we need BJ's recruitment ability. So Poch in this article you had sent me, I scrolled through just to look through for something decent to pull up here. Poch just does say that if we really believe that a player can help us and improve us, of course we're going to be 100% involved in that situation. I think that maybe I don't want to give any names, but we're working on other players to try to see if they want to commit to us. So this is back in the same time period. Let me see. Hold on. When was this?
Same time period.
So yeah, this is November 2024. So again, the fact that they're working with other players to see if they want to commit to us leads me to believe that even though he was called in September for that window, and like I said, he only played one. He only dressed for 1 game, didn't play either game. That maybe even at that point, Banks was kind of on the fence as far as commitment.
You think he said that to Poch?
Do I think he said that to Poch?
Do you think Banks said that or intimated that to Poch during those camps that he's not 100%?
That camp that he is not 100% positive where he wants. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying that. I have a bit of a feeling there.
I don't think Poch. I think Poch, like most of us at that time period, thought Banks was all in for the U.S. men's national team because he played with us for all the youth teams.
Sure.
I didn't even consider that he would leave or had a torn. mentality.
We've had players who came up through our U15s all the way through our U23s, played for our senior national team, and then made a switch to Mexico multiple times in the last decade.
But those are different players.
Well, of course they're different players because he's not Mexican.
He just got done playing in the Olympics for us, right? Or the World Cup, excuse me, the Youth World Cup. Banks. No, he did. Did he not?
I don't know.
Anyhow, maybe
I don't remember.
I know he played multiple times for youth teams. Multiple.
Oh no. He played. Yeah, I agree. Yes, he played multiple youth teams. I agree, 100% there.
So for me, I was not considering that he was torn. To me, the timing is really weird here. It's really weird. It's right before the call-ups. You issue a statement to the German press that's going to be splattered all over Fox Sports and splattered all over ESPN FC that you're not sure now. Now you're not sure. Right before the March call-ups. And to me, that's crazy.
Again, though, I mean, the quote below that we had just read, which came out November 12th, was that he said we're talking to a number of players to gauge whether or not they're 100% committed. I don't want to name names.
Well, he doesn't sound 100% committed to me.
Now, yes, I agree.
So I think that's
verbally, yes, we all have evidence of that now.
Yeah, so I think he just fucked himself because there's not enough time now to. What's he going to change his mind this week? They're getting called up in March next week. He's going to have to make a quick decision with mom and dad and whoever his God and country soon, because time's up. Time is up, and I don't know. To me, this is just wild. What's even more wild is nobody seems to think this is a problem, except for me, you, and Alexi Lalas, and Hercules Gomez.
I don't know where this came from. You sent it to me, but I don't know what this.
Same quotes. This is. I asked AI what AI thought. It says Mauricio Pochettino has adopted a firm stance against active, high-effort recruitment of dual Nats, stating players show a desperate desire to represent the U.S. rather than being convinced. He focuses on passion and commitment over begging players, though he will engage if a player clearly fits his project. So he'll engage, which we've already done. The engaging part is over. He had them in 2 camps, didn't play them, but they've engaged. Okay? They wet each other's whistle. And now the guy who was in those camps didn't get to play. His whistle was wet, and he's just not that. He's torn between two lovers. Again, take that as you will. I'm not going to read any more of that, but no persuasion tours. And I quote, no persuasion tours. Now, this one you're about to pull up drove me near to madness. I'm watching this, and then I'm like, oh, go Tab, go. Yes, he's going to nail it. No, he doesn't. Here we go.
Well, it's like it's like he's almost like on the fence, milk toasting it, where it's like he says one thing, but then he says the exact opposite thing too.
Well, Brett, to me, no one is considering what Poch has said. No one's quoted him. Nobody's saying, and actually, that came out of my mouth. Now that I think about it, yeah, Poch is a stubborn son of a bitch. So I think he's out. Nobody's saying that.
So I mean, it's a difference in the sense where, like, compared to me, where I do agree with everything that we're saying as far as Poch and stuff like that. But I'll sit there and I'll nitpick and say maybe this, maybe that. But I'm not saying that this or that. But I'm just saying that may be the same thing he's doing here.
I would give it a 10% chance. I will leave a 10% crack open, the door open,
10%.
that something could happen, and it's all going to be fine. But that's a lot smaller of an opening than I had when I was saying he was going to probably, and he should be called up in March. I was thinking 50-50. Now we're down to 10% based on his bank statements. Go ahead, Brett. Sorry.
En Fuego. That's right. It's En Fuego. There we go.
With that face, him posting this is hilarious.
Poch better grab his ankles for this kid. I'm telling you, him and Richards would be a pair for a long time.
Yes, they would have been a great pair. There's still a chance, even if he doesn't play for us in this World Cup, that some future manager could call him up for the U.S. men's national team. Mm-hmm. But yes, we all
Still a
thought this is the future. Danks and Richards together. Oh, what that would be the pairing for another 10 years to come, maybe not that long, but a good time into their 30s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, center backs play a while.
And then after the game, he mentions that dual national status, which honestly I had not heard him talk about. And let me give you the quote.
So that right there is what you've been saying this entire time, is that he talks about the dual nat status, which is something that up until now we haven't heard him really discuss,
except for one other time when it was all positive.
Yeah.
Even though playing at a World Cup is a dream, I don't want to make my decision dependent on a World Cup, is what he told Sky Sports Germany. I feel connected to both nations, meaning the U.S. and Germany. And he gave a mature answer, but
and that's the point that I would argue too when it comes to this. But the bigger point is, why make it at all at this point?
Not now.
Don't need to make it now. This is the absolute worst time for you to make this point. But it is 100% a mature point to make. It's something that we argue all the time. Hey, you're young. You don't need to rush into a decision.
Correct.
Figure out what you want and then make that decision.
Yeah. Markikuz says, I buy tax, take more. What's that take? I haven't heard.
You've been talking to tax. You should know.
I know.
The same.
I know, but he's kind of indifferent. He's like, I think it's kind of I don't think it's a big deal.
Give us a little more backup information on that, because I think what I saw from Tact in the past has really just been like, Poch, better call him up, that type of thing.
Well, yeah, but my personal text messages with Tact more like, I don't know. He's like, do you really think that's the big of a deal? I'm paraphrasing, and I said, well, yeah. He's kind of like, you think Poch is that stubborn? I said, yes, Poch is a stubborn motherfucker. Absolutely, you know this, man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I love the guys. I'm just, I'm having a moment here. I'm having a senior moment where I just can't believe that no one except for you, I, and Alexi believe this. Oh, and Surrey and Herc.
He thinks he's not dead this cycle, and that's a possibility. Derek even gave it 10%.
Yes, I said 10%, but it should be 50-50 at least of him being called into March camp. Should have been 50-50. Now it's down to 10. Like some miracle, like fucking fairy's got to fly out of Banks's ass, and Poch has got to gain a heart for this to change.
Well, we know his assistants are going to go watch a match before the March window here, which has to be this upcoming weekend, right? Daddy got this weekend. So it's clear that Poch is still actively monitoring the situation, and I wouldn't be surprised if an invite is extended. Now, at that point, what should happen? And this is something that Poch absolutely saying that if it comes up, of course, so we don't know. It's the media. Pressers are inherently not necessarily really pressing. But if it comes up and says, "Hey, why wasn't Banks included this window?" If Poch extends an invitation, he should flat out come out and say, "We extended the invite. He turned it down, and we'll continue to monitor the situation."
Or the answer will be, "We had a talk with NoahKai, and he's not ready to make a full commitment to the team."
Yeah,
that'll be the other answer.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just. We'll see what happens, guys. It is a tricky situation. We got a couple weeks up until that window, at least a week or so until the roster's announced. So,
I'm going to be the happiest man in the world if he's in the March fucking roster. Trust me, people. I'll be here and say, hey, 10% was good, worked. I don't know what happened. Fairies flew out of somebody's asshole. It all worked out, but right now it does not look good, and
the world is rainbows and butterflies. Derek's gonna be the optimistic one.
I feel like we're the biggest Debbie Downer show, but I think we got to be real about who we're talking about here.
Derek, we have decades of more experience of being jaded, so
cynical.
It's
jaded,
fine.
But,
I mean, as much as Tact is a troll on Twitter and stuff like that, he's what, 26? He still has.
He's older than that now.
27, 28, or whatever. He's still got the dewy-eyed 20 eyes. And, I mean, I think Pete's closer to our jadedness.
Yeah, well, on different things. On this one, he was the one saying, "Let's go recruit him. Let's go hit up his Twitter."
Well, I think all of us are like, "Hey, let's go." Not necessarily fans, although I didn't mention I go because somebody was like, "Oh, this isn't going to do anything. The fans aren't going to make a difference." And I'm like, "Oh, you know, sometimes it's nice for the players to know that they're wanted." I mean, how many German fans are going into his mentions and say, "Dude, we need you on the team"?
Well, after his very mature statement, it just seemed to me, I don't think that that's his main deciding point. So I don't think any number. I don't think at this point that's going to make the difference for him.
Oh, it won't make the difference. I'm just saying.
He knows we want him. It's
definitely going to sugarcoat. Because I mean, then Pete's point was that just look at Des, look at Flo. The thing they mentioned most when they first made they made the quote unquote commitment is that they were taken aback by how many fans were actively
or taken positively aback. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, we can try that, but it doesn't sound based on his very mature response that that's going to make much difference. But hey, it can't hurt, I suppose. Just don't expect it to make much of a difference. Now that he's turned his Twitter back on, I suppose hit him up. All right, let's let Tab finish this because this is what drove me nuts.
I'm hoping that he'll commit to the U.S. because he's really good.
Yeah, I think he went into depth, likely a little bit more than he wanted to on that answer. If I had to translate that, I would say he just said, even if I get called for the U.S. to play in the World Cup, if I have a chance to play for Germany, I will play for Germany instead.
Yes, that is what he said.
But
kind of.
Will that mean? So is that him saying, if I have a chance in the future to play for Germany?
Yes, future.
Because obviously, as you mentioned, and it's clear as fucking day that the opportunity for him being in the World Cup for Germany this cycle is not going to happen.
No, not happening.
I mean, that's a gamble and a half to sit there and say, well, will the German national team coach still be there next cycle?
No, he's not going to be. No, but I mean, he could be. They had a coach that lasted 4 World Cups, so it's possible. But I don't know. Would Nagelsmann want to hang around that long? I don't know. A lot of people don't like to do international coaching outside of one cycle, maybe 2. And then
it's not like the United States gig where you get to fly to Europe and have European vacations, whereas in Germany, the German national coach would just travel an hour north, an hour south.
Mostly, yeah. Most Germans play in Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's hear the flip flop here.
Okay.
That's how I read that.
Yeah. And you read it right.
What he said, I feel like now we need to convince him. It's not a great place to be. All it means is that we have a little bit more homework to do. That's all.
No, Tab. Poch said, I ain't convincing nobody. That's what he said. I'm not convincing. I'm not making recruitment tours. I'm not doing that. Now, if he sits down with Perez during the visit and says, hey, I'm sorry about that comment. I'm actually totally committed to the U.S. I want to come in March. I'm sure it will be water under the bridge probably. But
sure. I mean, Poch seems like a guy to me. As long as he gets his way, he's happy.
Yeah.
But I'll say this much about what Tab just said there. I don't think he's saying the homework and all that stuff is stuff that he expects Poch to do. I think he's talking about the U.S. as a whole. U.S. soccer has homework. Now, mind you,
no,
I think he's taking Poch complete. I mean, by saying that, hopefully he's taking Poch out of the equation, or maybe he doesn't understand.
So somebody else in U.S. soccer is going to make that recruiting trip for Poch? No. I'm saying if he's saying this is what my thought process is this is what we should be doing here. This is what we need to be doing. As to taking Poch out of the equation completely. But that's not realistic. No, it's not. Nobody, Poch and his assistant coaches are going to make any decisions. There's nobody in U.S. soccer who can do anything. Homework. We know who he is. He knows who we are. There's no homework involved. And he's not going over to convince. Perez is going to sit down and say, hey, you made these statements. Say how you feel. Okay, well, sorry about that. Good luck with Germany. That's it. That's the discussion. Ain't going to be, NoahKai, listen, I know what you said, but we're willing to promise you, starting World Cup 4 years from now, if you commit to us now, like, we're not doing that. Bruce wouldn't even do that, right? Bruce wouldn't even do it with Rossi. So now you think we're going to do it with Banks? I just don't. I mean, Bruce would probably be more flexible than Poch. They're both stubborn guys.
I don't know, man. Bruce has been very apparent as far as his considerations on dual nats. And when I say dual nats, I mean dual nats that necessarily weren't born and raised and developed in the United States.
All right. Well, despite his biases, he did sit down and talk to Rossi. He just wouldn't budge on the guarantee.
Born and raised and developed in the United States. Of course he did.
There was no amount. What is Perez going to say to convince Banks? You tell me, Brett. How do you convince Banks if you're Perez? Because you know Poch ain't doing it. Poch ain't sucking no one's dick. You tell me how he's going to convince Banks to change his mind. Outside of asking him, do you really feel that way?
Well, no, that's the thing. That's the thing. You ask him, and you should simply say, "Hey, you know, you've been great with Augsburg. We liked what we had back in September in the camp. We'd like to call you back in March and continue to evaluate you for the World Cup. Because the March doesn't do dick as far as capping him to the United States at that point. He can come and play. It's a fucking friendly.
It is.
What does it do?
Is that really convincing, though?
Well, I mean, no. The convincing aspect is him laying it out on the table, simply saying, "Hey, we'd like to call you in." At that point, it's all on Banks. I'm not saying Perez is going to go over there and be like, pour fucking honey in his ear and convince him, say, "Oh, I've got to play for the United States now," you know.
So
what
you're going
to do is just lay it on the table. Say, "Hey, come March." No,
you have I get it, but you have a very limited. You got 26 players you can call.
Sure.
You're going to blow, and our center back position is one of our weakest spots. And so now you're going to provide a position to a player who may tell us to go fuck ourselves for the World Cup instead of bringing somebody else in to get more rep, more time on the squad and get that wonderful feeling going that a really good team that's all together has.
Derek, what the picture you're painting then at that point is there's no point of bothering at all. Then just let it be.
I do think he's going to let it be.
There's no reason to go and scout him. Why is he possibly even making a trip out there?
We don't know.
Give him an in-person. Hey,
that was all.
Go fuck yourself to the next cycle.
Those announcements of where they were going to go to scout were announced on the same day Banks news came out that he said that. So does that null and void those trips to Augsburg? I don't know, Brett. So we will find out. Does his ass end up at that Augsburg game in the weekend?
Yeah, I think as a manager, I think as a coach, I think Poch going having even if the quotes came out at that point, Perez going there and laying it out again, saying, "Hey, we'd like to have you in March to continue to evaluate you for the World Cup."
You're being way nice. I just don't think they're going to be that nice about it.
Well, it's possible.
Hey, we really, really liked what happened in March or September. We've been watching you at Augsburg, and it's given us a big rock hard on. And we'd like you to come in March and continue the evaluation process. I suppose if you were Bob Bradley, definitely that's what would happen. You're Jurgen Klinsmann? Yeah, definitely. I think that's happening. If you're Greg Berhalter, it might even be more butter on that toast even than that. But Poch, after what he has said and been so adamant, I don't know, Brett. I don't know. Again, I'm hoping like the rest of everybody else that this just blows over.
Again, this all takes me back to September again. Why in the world would you call on a player September that's a promising center back option, and then all of a sudden for the October and November window, not get called back in? Or maybe he was called back in, but it declined. Again,
there's no record of that.
Well, no, there's no record of that. But then again, why for a player that's starting week in, week out, why? And you just had him in September. Why in the world would you not continue to call him in?
Maybe he already told him in person. Maybe Banks already told him way back that I want to wait. I'm not ready to make.
I made that argument like 20 minutes ago, and you argued against it.
I was confused.
You're making my points, Derek. Come on.
Okay, now I get it. I wasn't following it. I wasn't following it all the way. All right. So does Brass even talk to players when he goes to watch them play? From what we understand, no. They don't have lunch. They don't have breakfast. They don't hang out. He goes, watch the games, he leaves. So there probably won't even be a talk.
Man,
at that.
There's a better financial use of time, or just in general, money-wise. You don't. If you're not going to sit there and talk to the player after the game and saying, "Hey, good game, we'll talk to you later," or something. I mean, it's just why go to the game?
What do all these players say when they're interviewed? You talk to Poch lately, or no? You talk to the coaching? No, coaching staff? No. Anybody call?
No, it's right. It's right before. It's right before a window. So I mean, if again, it's one of those things where if he's going to be called in on March, he would certainly hear from him.
Look at this. Scally and Reyna interviews were hilarious. Have you talked to the coaching staff or Poch late?
Sure.
No.
And they weren't called in those games. I agree.
Nope. So there we go. All right, we'll find out, folks. I am not hoping I am right. I am hoping I am wrong. However, just a warning, Debbie Downer time. We might have just lost Banks for this World Cup, where I think he would have been extremely useful. And it's not just on Poch, because Poch laid out the standards, and Banks then went and said, "Hey, fuck your standards."
So
there you go.
we saw the quote where Poch may make an exception for an exceptional talent, and he talked about players, whether or not they're going to be committed.
Is he an exceptional talent?
Well, if you would let me finish a point.
Sorry.
Good Lord, Derek.
He's not. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Shut up. So we saw the quote that if Poch thinks he's an exceptional talent, that he would make the exception as far as trying to convince him. Because he even said, like, we've talked to a couple players to find out how committed they are. Pochettino has referred to Banks as a massive talent and a center back that he has enjoyed his first experience with the U.S. men's national team. I really enjoyed the camp, to be honest, because I thought as a young guy, maybe I'll get treated differently. But how the guys helped me to get into camp and to training, it was incredible, to be honest. Also, the big guys like Christian Pulisic and Tim Weah, we maybe don't expect it, but it has been great.
So he's such a massive talent that he didn't call him up.
Well, yeah. He's massive talent. And, well, he goes, you're massive talent, and you're going to try to recruit him. And at that point, if Banks told him back in September that he's torn between the two nations.
Yep.
Then at that point, that it makes sense why he's not called back in. This is the last opportunity. And if he's not here in March, do not expect him in the World Cup at all.
Right. If he's not in March, he's not coming. Period. End of story. So anyhow, I know why you wanted to get that out, but it's like he's a massive talent. He is going to be an exceptional talent based on what we've seen so far. Even if he made March, I'm not sure he would start for Poch, but he might. I was hoping he might. But then again, that's a big risk to take with a 19-year-old. But it would have been a great experience for Banks, even when he got 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there, or started a whole game. It would have been huge for him. And now we are where we're at. It's a rough place to be. And it's a sad place to be because we don't need to be here.
It's such a weird situation because you're talking about a country that really wants Banks here.
Yes.
Players, coaches, fans. And he has a situation where he can come in at the age of 19, potentially competing for a starting spot on a World Cup for a nation that's going to consistently be there. And if you respect both cultures and you like both of them, I mean, I feel like we're just the warmer fucking welcome than Germany is towards him. I guarantee you, Germans are looking at him. He's one of 5 center back options at 19 we have.
Right. I mean, this could all be different in the sense that had his parents not divorced or broke up or whatever, and he grew up with an American father instead of a stepfather who is German. That probably played a role. I don't know. I know for me personally, by the time I was here in the States and got back to the States, now I went back to Germany again later, but from 5 to 9, 6 to 9, I was here. went back to Germany, came back again. I mean, I wasn't torn. I knew if I wanted to play for anybody, it would be the United States. That was the country. I don't know why. Maybe it's because, I had an American father, that my parents weren't divorced, and that my mom was becoming an American citizen and loved the United States. I don't know what makes the difference there. I don't. I wish I knew, and I don't. But I know and I understand people who have dual allegiances, and his is a lot more complicated than mine. So I'll just say that. All right. All right. Well, that was fun.
Hey, now back to some soccer fluff.
All right. No, let's not do fluff.
Too bad.
Right.
We're there.
Oh, Jesus.
Former Columbus Crew players, Yaboa and Derek Jones have been banned for life from Major League Soccer.
Fuck them. You bet on the games.
They'd be betting on the games. As if you don't make enough money to playing a goddamn game.
Well, they play in MLS, Brett.
I don't give a fuck, man.
No, I get it.
League minimum. I would happily play that for league minimum right now. That's league minimum is a minimum of 86 a year. I don't know what it is now. Actually, that was years ago. It was 86 a year. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know if you live in New York and LA and Miami and all that stuff, 86 doesn't go a hell of a lot. It goes okay-ish, I guess. But
I would just say this: making pot bets here and there that maybe you don't even involve your team, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's just pure stupidity.
Involving team, especially.
Especially in this day and age when everything's digital, you're going to get caught. There's no way around it. You're going to get caught. All right? Dummies. This is the Ultimate Dummies Award. Move on from these idiots. Idiots. They just ruined their own fucking careers and their livelihoods. Unless some other team in Europe picks them up somewhere in Sweden or Norway or whatever.
Always a possibility, but wherever home is, I guess. They can go to USL, I guess.
We lost Jamal Musiala to Germany? Musiala is American? In what way, Alex? Let's look that up. I've never heard anybody whisper that in my ear. English?
Let's see here.
Is Alex Caven English?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that explains. Yes, then Alex, you're correct. For a minute there, I'm like, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Alex, yes. Alex Caven is English. Yeah, duh. Yeah, I remember. Sorry. I'm like, hold on. We lost him? When you say we, I immediately think USA. Sorry. Immediately go to USA.
Yeah, and Alex may come in. Let's see if I can quickly pull back. Here we go. He says, hopefully one day you guys won't have to worry about dual nets.
I think worries become less and less, though.
It is. And the problem is you just have some exceptional talents out of nowhere. And there are going to be talents that we'll get, too. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens as the years progress. And I think that the development here stateside is improving year after year. And
the better we get, Brett, the less we're going to need dual nets.
Less we'll care about dual net status in that sense. There'll be less panic and be like, well, if you choose to play for Germany over the United States, okay, good for you, I guess.
Good for you. But, I mean, when we were back in the days, we panicked over dual net Mexican players. And as much as I would love to have Obed Vargas and your homeboy from Chicago in the future for our team, I'm not that concerned about it.
Well, I mean, those are talents in a sense, in the grand scheme of things, as far as adding depth and stuff like that. But I feel like we'll be producing just as good of talents, if not better, moving forward. I'm not concerned about that. Yeah,
but there was a time where we would have panicked about it.
Yeah, you got Jonathan Gonzalez made the switch, and everybody's like, "Oh my god,
oh my god, Jonathan Gonzalez, we lost him."
And then Jogo's making the switch now, and we're like, "Wait, who?"
Yep, exactly. So. Someday, maybe this won't be like the whole idea of dual neck panic, which, by the way,
is a joke. By the way,
Herc quoted us. I don't know if because
it's been going around more and more. The dual Brian's been posting dual national panic a lot,
but he said dual nat panic.
Okay, well then, yeah, there we go. We should coin that.
Well,
Trademark.
we did coin it. It's ours. We started it.
We should trademark it. It should be ours.
Are you hearing my VPN pop up every like fucking 5 minutes?
No, but do you have like some kind of like porn sound that goes with it? Like,
maybe. No, it's just keeps posting up, letting me know I'm connected. Yeah, I know I'm connected, fuckface. Leave us alone. All right. I just got here. Is Banks on the squad? No, he's not. And there's a really good chance he won't be. I give him a 10% shot at March and the World Cup.
So yeah, Derek, there are new ways of delivering the game ball, match ball to the center circle, but I feel like this is only going to be acceptable in certain countries, not all the countries around the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is not amazing anymore. Sorry. This is.
I'm just saying. I mean, I just feel like that's going to be okay at some places, you know.
Of course, it's going to be okay everywhere, I think, but it's not amazing anymore, right? So, Green Great Basin's doing research while watching TV. That's called chewing gum and walking at the same time. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you have to mute one and listen to the other. So,
well, your voice is quite sexy, Brett.
I'll just say, what if he's watching us but listening to that?
That'd be weird. Very weird. Very weird. All right, for the 130 of you here, make sure you like, subscribe, share it. Your grandma. Are we on Twitter today, or is that still fucked up?
No, we're on Twitter. I mean, Twitter's still kind of fucked up. But yes, we are on Twitter.
Okay. How about Instagram?
We were on Instagram for the first hour.
Oh yeah, and then it blops out.
Stupid
okay.
hour. Yeah. I would say I'm almost tempted to just do it on Facebook moving forward. But then again, on Instagram, I'm getting like 2 or 3 followers every live stream. So why would I bother otherwise?
If Facebook's dead.
Yeah, Facebook's for old fogies, people older than us, man. Why? No, they're not going on there.
Old
Watch
like
us.
me. All right, what else you got?
There, Derek? Come on, man. I tried to give you an out, and you
did.
I'm old too. Look at me.
I just embrace it, Brett. I embrace it.
What about Spider Slot says? What about Twitch? I haven't really thought about Twitch, to tell you the truth.
Might want to try it once.
We do. Why not? Fuck it. Why not?
Fuck it. Give her everything one shot. Meanwhile, in the Czech first league, goalkeeper Thomas Kubek clears the ball into someone's house in the match between Bohemians versus Slovan. Yeah, okay. I couldn't read it. You got one of those. All right.
Here they go. Oh, ball gets dropped back. Oh, it's going out of bounds.
Go Bambo!
Actually, he didn't break the window at all.
Okay, good.
Could you imagine having a house literally 10 yards off the sideline?
I could.
That'd be pretty cool, but also I feel like you'd be replacing windows a lot.
Yeah, remember when we first started playing at the mic in
people were up on the parking lot or parking garage. Yeah,
watching the game for free.
Just watching him up there, tailgate by your car.
Yeah,
oh yeah, that was the idea, man.
Well, it was sold out, so there was really no other place for them to go that early on.
Little party area.
Yeah, free.
It's nuts. That's nuts.
Did you guys talk about Neil Pierre, who scored a brace as a right back in Denmark in his very first game, Jack? Yes, I did watch it. I watched his goals. I tracked it. I thought it was interesting. Philadelphia Union product, 18 years old. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Breaking the EFL Championship playoffs will be changed from 4 to 6 teams from the start of next season. The EFL Championship playoffs will be changed from 4 to 6 teams. So they're adding more teams.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the 2 teams auto go, and then you have a playoff between the next 6 teams. So you basically have to get into the top 8. Yeah, basically. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's more games, more money. We've been watching it for, soon we'll have 15 teams in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, that's just about money.
And when people start bitching about the Americanization of soccer and all that stuff, I get it at times.
Yeah, I don't think this is though. This is them just wanting more money.
Well, that's my argument. Yeah, that's the argument. That's the only reason why you Americanize sports is money. Like, oh, all of a sudden we're going to have mandatory water breaks, and you know what? We're going to allow the TV stations to commercialize all 3 minutes.
Yeah, so it'll be basically like the bottom, 7, 8, or 7 plays, or 6 plays 8, 7 plays 5, and the winners of those two take on 3 and 4.
Yeah, and so forth. Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
The 3 and 4 get the bye for the first week or whatever. And first season of this, it's probably gonna be like the first matches are all gonna just be one-offs, and then it's gonna go into a home and away, and then then the final 2 games have to play 3 matches against each other.
And then they'll include 12 teams. You only have to finish in 15th or 16th to get into the playoffs.
The bottom 12 teams have to do a playoff in order to get relegated.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. Who knows? Any way to make a buck. Yep.
If promotion and relegation never became a thing here stateside, that they would absolutely have a playoff to get relegated.
No, I mean, I like it. I like the German system, right?
Yep.
Where the bottom 2 teams automatically go down, but the top the 18th place team gets to, in the Bundesliga, gets to play. The slacker team from the other
Bundesliga.
Yeah, Bundesliga too. I think that's cool.
But if you think about that for a second, though, a relegation tournament, basically, if you win your match, you don't play the next week. The team who lost has to play the next week.
They have those in other leagues.
The teams who get relegated end up playing like 6 more matches before they go to the next division.
Yeah, they do this, Brett, in smaller leagues.
Oh, my goodness.
In
that's
Eastern
funny.
Europe.
That's funny as hell.
So you've got like at some point, I believe in Switzerland too, the top teams are separated from the bottom teams, and then the bottom teams play round for round, one against each other, one away and away home. Because you only have 16 teams, 14 teams in the Swiss league. So even if you're playing each other home and away, that's only 26 games for the season. So you split them up to a bottom table and a top table. A lot of leagues do this and have a relegation battle off and a, who's going to go to the Champions League battle off. But you keep your record. It's just now you're only playing the bottom and the top's only playing the top. So
gotcha.
There you go. It's not like that everywhere. They have other formats. Trust me. It's a lot of leagues, different formats, but it's basically what I'm saying there.
Right. Drama alert, Derek, in the CONCACAF U20 qualifiers. Just happened.
Guyana's U20s was leading against Anguilas U20s 5-0. A whole brawl ensued between the 2 teams. Well, that's stupid for a fucking U20 game. You got to be kidding me. You got to be joking. What a waste. This is a waste.
Stupid.
It's clown shit.
Look at everybody's involved. Everyone's involved.
That's just.
I would play more of this, but this is an actual broadcast, and I do not want to get dinged for this.
Yeah, that's Clown City. You guys at a U20 game, you're letting this happen? What a joke. Both teams should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, but things do get worse there, Derek.
Yes, I know.
Not for them. You know about this. You saw this.
Yes, I did.
Look at all those red cards. Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Well,
question. Once you start getting all those red cards, do both teams have to forfeit the match?
Well, it was 1-0, so I guess it's over, right?
Yeah. I mean, once you go down past 7 people on the pitch, man, you forfeit the match.
Yeah. And straight reds everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, straight red. Let's see here. Let's click on that. I just wanted to pull up some of the things here real quick. So there's a nice little hit.
Right cross.
Usually you see like a bunch of shoving, a couple of knockdowns or whatever, but nothing really serious whenever everybody gets around each other. Occasional jersey tug and rip.
Well, what started this is when the keeper saved a ball and the guy following through left his knees. Usually you jump over the keeper. He purposely left his knees and had them go into the side of the keeper. And that was it. That was it. Sent that brawl into full bam!
A little bit of video of it all going down.
That's a cheap shot as shit, man. They wasn't even looking at him. They're gonna punch you in the back of your head.
Most of the brawls in soccer are cheap shots. Very rarely.
Karate kick to the plexus. Another karate kick that didn't quite work out. Overhand chop.
Yeah.
He retreats after that. He's like, that hurt.
There's one.
These guys are so bad at fighting too. That's a hilarious thing.
Well, it's funny because they're like going in for the karate kick, but then the guy's swinging, so they kind of like pull back, and they never really contact very well. Although
is that Hulk?
Yeah,
that's Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got a red card.
Bam! Another cheap shot.
Here they are back at training next day.
Come on, that's got to be AI.
I mean, he wouldn't be out there training with that shit because you couldn't see him. His eyes are all swollen.
And he's bleeding still. Come on.
Yeah, he just didn't bathe afterwards.
Look at his shirt. It's all covered in blood. Yeah, he came out with the same shirt he wore the night before. Come on, people.
All ripped up.
It's AI.
I was going to say it's a good Photoshop job because, I mean, I feel like the head doesn't belong to the body.
You got blood all over him.
Maybe it does, but.
What a joke. People
like
believe that too. AI, people. AI. Not real. Iraq.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Iraq's asked FIFA to step in to save their World Cup qualification hopes. Due to the ongoing war in the region, the situation around the national team has turned chaotic. Half the squad is currently stuck in Baghdad. Head coach is in Dubai. Iraq are scheduled to play a World Cup qualifier in Mexico on March 31st. Why is it in Mexico? I mean, it's just neutral site, I guess.
Who are they playing?
It's a playoff spot, so I don't know who they're playing against. I'd have to look that up. I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, get them the fuck out of there.
It's interesting what they suggested actually, and this is an intriguing aspect. Maybe it kind of fucks over the fans because the fans would have to decide last second. But Iraq basically came out and said, "Hey, let's hold the playoff match just before the World Cup, and then whoever wins just stays in Mexico or whatever."
Yeah. No,
that kind of sucks. That kind of let's say Iraq wins, and all of a sudden the Iraqis have to decide if they're going to fly to Mexico last second, and will there be any hotel rooms?
I get it. They're shooting missiles at everybody.
Yeah,
I think Iran shot them at UAE, Kuwait, Qatar.
Alex thinks they're playing Bolivia.
I think they shot them at Turkey today. They shot them at Cyprus. I don't think they shot any at Iraq. But if you're in Qatar, that could be an issue.
Iraq's like butting up their backside of their countries, butting up against that country that's at war right now. So
No. I think
I'm just saying everything's shut down right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're a target though. So I think you could fly them out of Iraq. Maybe I don't know. As I understand it, and I could be wrong because the reporting's all over the place, but we have declared air dominance, meaning they don't have any more ground-to-air missiles, and they have no capability of shooting down our planes anymore, which means you would think they couldn't shoot down a jetliner. And I don't know if traffic has resumed, but I would imagine it will soon for many of these countries because at least missiles coming, not from Iran, but their missiles still coming from Hezbollah or their bombs or whatever. So that's an issue. But they're mainly targeting Israel. I don't know. We'll see. Couple days. This might not be a problem.
Mr. Mergoti says that between Bolivia and Suriname.
Okay. Bolivia and Suriname.
Yeah.
So Bolivia and Suriname play, and then the winner plays the Iraqis? I'm confused.
That doesn't make any sense. I thought it was, at this point we're all into one-offs.
Yeah, I thought so too.
No, I don't know. Again, I'd have to look it up. It's such a throw-off topic that I don't feel like doing the work for.
It'll get worked out for the Iran's team, not for the women's team. They seem like they were sending out messages, and now they're all in trouble with the regime.
Well, they didn't salute or didn't sing or didn't do something for the national anthem.
Somebody
and
was
now they're in Australia, and like 5 of them are
refusing to leave. Yeah.
Well, and yeah,
and they should get to leave if Australia has any sense about themselves, because we don't know what's going to happen to them when they get back to Iran. So
I feel like that's absolutely the definition of asylum.
Absolutely.
At that point.
Yes. If they were sending, as somebody reported in another news article, SOS signals as well, by tapping SOS during the anthem. I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, that's definitely they're at risk now when they go home. So yeah, give them asylum, even if it's temporary. Give it to them, because we don't need them going home and whatever having issues. But I know they refuse. I watched it. They did refuse to sing the national anthem. So there's that, and that's not a good start already. Anyhow, wanted in this list to give props to San Jose. And all all the teams playing all these Americans, but San Jose not only playing 8.3 Americans starting per game, but starting 3 of them are under 23. SKC 7 American starters, 2.3. Now some people had said, "Oh, these are all the poor teams." Well, say that if you want.
Who fucking cares?
That may be true. Who cares? Like, San Jose is winning with young players.
All that means to me is that these are the teams that are going to be developing potential American players moving forward. I mean, I'm looking at Chicago going, ooh, guys, we're like one of like the top 5 homegrown signing teams out there, and we don't play any of them.
Yeah.
No.
Look at Seattle though; they're not a cheapo team. They're playing 6 Americans a game. Now they don't play young.
I would say all aged Americans at that point, yeah.
But they've developed most of those guys, so I'm cool with it. All right. So you go down the list, you get to the bottom, and it's no surprise. I'm not even going to hold Toronto and Montreal.
That's just funny as fuck.
Because they're Canadian. I'm not worried about that. But you look at NYFC and LAG. And then Atlanta, that's an embarrassment. Miami, we knew that going into the season. Somebody's like, Allen's American. Well, he's not anymore. He is. He's got dual, but he's playing for another country now. So I'm not going to count him, because this list is all for U.S. eligible players.
Yeah. And also, I'll say after 3 games in, anybody who's under 10 is just shameful as far as just Americans, period.
Yeah, and by the way,
although, damn, look at San Diego though.
San Diego
10 and then 10. They only playing young players. Their American players are only young players.
They play 3.3 Americans per game, and all of them are
U23.
U23s. Yep.
Good job, San Diego.
Yep, great stuff. And Noah Allen, has he even started? I don't believe he started a single game for Miami, so I didn't want to hear that.
He's Greek. What are you talking about?
And he's Greek. Now he's Greek.
I mean, Greek American. Sure, he's American.
Greek American.
He plays for Greeks.
But he can't play for us. He's not U.S. eligible. And this list is about U.S. eligible players in MLS. I mean, you can make your own list. If you want to include all the dual nats that play for other countries, go for it.
What was Tim Howard's comment about Timo? He couldn't hit
a broadside of a barn or something like that.
No, it wasn't that. That's known one. He couldn't hit a cow with
a wiffle bat
penis or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Well, he's looking pretty good for San Jose.
As Pete said, it's MLS.
I think that's not fair. I think inside of Timo Werner is still a very competent player who, when he is confident, is an extremely good player. But without that confidence, Timo Werner is Not the same player.
Again, but I mean, Timmy's comment is based solely off of the fact of his time with Chelsea and with Leipzig. I don't know. Was his last Bundesliga team with Leipzig, or did he get transferred to somebody else?
So he went back, yes, and he has only played like 16 minutes this season. So in the Bundesliga, which is why he left. He wasn't going to play.
Yeah. Well, so I guess Timmy made the comment off that, and then so Pete's comment is people are like, well, looks like Timo's turning out to be pretty good. I'm like, and Pete's rightful comment is like, guys, it's MLS. And I'm not saying anything really, not bashing MLS, but we're looking at a player who wasn't competing at the top level at this point in Europe.
No, a lot of people thought he was going
to.
A lot of people thought he was going to suck.
Well, it's very possible too. I mean, there are definitely Europeans who are coming off of highs that came to MLS and sucked donkey dick. Sure,
absolutely, and we'll see how it works out for what's his face in Minnesota too.
Yamas.
So, Hamas, yeah, and that may not work out. Listen, a lot of DPs have not worked out. A lot of supposed big signings from Europe have not worked out for a lot of players. You can't just come over here and expect it to work out. It doesn't work that way. So you've got to, you got to bring it. Cow ass with a banjo.
It was a cow's ass with a banjo. That's what it was.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that before.
I've never heard of that. And I think Timmy responded. I think Timmy's possibly the runner of the unfiltered handle. Because I never see Timmy respond as Tim Howard anywhere. I always see Donovan responding as Landon Donovan, though.
Yeah, kind of like us.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I respond as me. You respond as the straight right card.
I'm Timmy.
All right. Anyhow, I'm going to keep going on these numbers, keep tracking them. The whole point is, can we get the average of American starters on MLS teams up to 4 this season? A few seasons back, 5 seasons back when I tracked this, we were barely nicking 3. We were like 2.8. Then we got to 3.2. Now we're at 3.8. Could we get to 4 by the end of the season? Have 4 players averaging starting on like the average across MLS being 4 American starters starting per game for MLS teams.
It'd be cool if you could also sort by U23s as well.
Oh, I could do that.
So that way we can see who's averaging the U23s. Because I mean, you look at Dallas, who's up there because they play a bunch of older Americans, but they have no U23s.
And to be fair to Dallas, almost every single one of those 6.5 or 6 guys are 24 years old.
Sure.
They fall just outside, and they are Dallas developed. So almost all of them are. I'd say 4 of them are very young 20s players. And then you got the older guys that are there too. But still, Dallas, not complaining because they developed those players, and now they're playing as they get older for Dallas. So good job to them. All right. But you're right.
Sorry, I know you were going to.
Oh, no, it'd be nice to just do that list too. But, this list is – listen, Brett, I thought I'd put this out. It get like 4 views. I put it out 2 weeks in a row now.
MLS topics aren't usually the heavy hitters for us.
No, it's like 10,000 views this time and 10,000 plus before. So I don't know.
Start posting it on on the actual handle then start getting this 10,000 towards our actual monetized channel handle.
People are interested apparently in this. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You may have gleaned where we're going next, but
transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting over on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news, but me.
Whatever.
All right, K-Roll Figueroa, soon to be playing at a team you not called the United States, and Peyton Miller are 2 of the names that PSV are looking at for possible move in the summer transfer window. PSV is expecting departures this summer of some key players, one of them being Ricardo Pepi. Well, I hate to break the news to him. I don't really think K-Roll Figueroa is a like-for-like perfect replacement for Ricardo Pepi. Now, he's young, but I don't, again, I said this on the show before, call me Debbie Downer. I don't care. I just want people to be prepared. I just don't see K-Roll Figueroa amounting to much. I mean, he'll be a good pro, But U.S. men's national team quality, I'm not seeing it. Happy to eat my words somewhere down the road, but I said it 100 times about other players and haven't to eat shit yet. So the eye test matters.
Quite frankly, generally speaking, our youth numbers are about 2 or 3 per youth cycle, cracking the U.S. men's national team. Will he be one of those 2 or 3? I mean, the numbers are not in his favor or any player's favor for that fact. I'm not going to say one way or the other, quite frankly. Well, I want to see what K-Roll can actually do at a real team and not just Liverpool's reserves.
Oh,
so
by God.
Let's see what he can do moving forward.
He's not killing it against boys, so let's see how he does against men. I'm just telling you.
He's like he's the leading goal scorer for Liverpool's academy or reserve team. Hey, you're saying he's not doing it against boys, but he is doing it against boys. So let's see what he can do against men at this point. That's the whole point of the play. That's the whole point.
He's not blowing anybody's dick off playing the U23s. I can tell you.
Yeah, well, whatever. We'll see what happens. That's the point. You got to expand past it.
Why don't you and Jack Pineda get a room? All right?
You got to. As a youth player, you were saying like, "Oh God, he's a 19-year-old playing on the U20s. He's not that good." Yeah, about any other player in the other team, in the league. But I mean, like, where you go. He gets an opportunity. It doesn't matter how he's doing against the boys. Go out and fucking play against the men, sink or swim, and go from there. All I'm saying is I'm holding out. I'm not saying yeah or nay to anything.
Okay, that's cool. I know when I'm
ready. No saying.
Listen, I know when I'm ready to pull the trigger on a player and tell you what I think about him. That he's not going to make it, I'm ready to do that. I think that K-Roll Figueroa is a fine mid-level player, but not a mid-level EPL player. Maybe a mid-level to lower-level Dutch league player. I don't think he's PSV quality. I'm sorry.
I feel like that striker for PSV, you just got to know how to put the ball in the back of the net, quite frankly, because, I mean, the rest of the team and the rest of the league is going to shine. You're going to shine at that point. So as long as he can put it in the back of the net.
He's having a decent season. I am not saying he's not. But it's just what I have seen, and I've done my fair share of watching K-Roll Figueroa. I've just not been blown away. Now, if he goes to PSV next season, I am always willing to eat crow on this show. Always willing. Somebody will call me out. Remember when you said this about K-Roll Figueroa, that he won't make it in PSV? Look at him now.
That's right, you mother.
Eat some crow, Derek. I will gladly fry up some chicken wings since I can't find crow at the market. And
just to iterate where he's at with the reserves, he has 11 goals in 14 games.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
It's kind of what you want in a striker. Almost a goal per game.
All right. The U23 league in England is garbage. Just saying it. It's garbage. It's garbage. It's a garbage league. They are producing, for as many teams and players there, they produce very little. So when is the last superstar that came out of Liverpool's academies and youth teams that blew your dick off as a fucking Liverpool player?
Just as a Liverpool player, no. I mean, no. I have no idea. But I have no idea how many players were developed in Liverpool's academy, played in the reserve, and then branched off to other teams elsewhere. Mind you, it's England, so it's got to be in England, so it's unlikely the case. But I don't know.
More likely,
I'm not going to say yeah or nay.
I think this PSV thing is hype. I think he's more likely to go play in League One next season.
Top season records for the Premier Reserve League. Phil Keane from Man United and Marcelo Trotto from Fulham in 2011-2012 at 15 goals. He is 4 goals away from hitting the record.
Okay, and what happened to those players?
Never heard of them in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go ahead and score and be the lead scorer in the U23 league and have your career go mostly nowhere.
I'm literally looking at Marcelo from Fulham and just seeing. Let's see, Marcelo Trota. I said Troto.
Where'd he go?
Pulling it up. Let's go to all seasons.
Zach Whitbread, exactly, brother. Exactly.
Well, let's see. So
Yeah.
Marcelo Trota is currently playing in Serie D through F. But he's also like 30 something at this point. So let's scroll all the way back down. Hold on.
Did he play for anybody ever?
I'm scrolling, finding. Let's see. Reserve League, 21.
English teams not really
21.
worried about developing their own players.
Serie B. He played for Sassuolo.
Oh my God! When they were in Serie B or Serie C?
Serie A. He also played for.
How much?
Well, actually, you know what? I don't know because it tells the current league that they're in. I think, right?
Yeah, he didn't.
So I don't know.
Weird. All I'm saying is being the top scorer in the U23.
Crotone. He played for Crotone.
Okay,
that right or not?
Yeah, this is still a joke. We're not out of joke territory here.
These are all Serie A, Serie B teams.
Yeah. Oh well, how much did he actually play?
He was a consistent player throughout the seasons with them.
For Frosinone?
I mentioned the teams. Let me go back to Frosinone. Hold on. Where are you at?
He went up my ass, said Jack. Yeah. Well.
See, he played. He wasn't consistent for them, actually.
Yeah. So anyhow, we don't have to continue doing this. I'm just saying it's not as big of a deal as you think it is. And
but I mean, it's a good indication that he's getting an opportunity moving forward because of his performance. And now he has to sink or swim just like any goddamn player in the world.
Well, he'll be sinking and swimming probably in League One next season. Just tell you.
Hey, Kevin Bullitt says Figueroa to Indy 11. Let's go.
Sure. Why not? It's USL. Probably give him a lot more flexibility. All right. Talking about Latter-day Saint boy Gozo. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Good player.
Earning some interest abroad, but he's going to continue.
Probably will leave soon. Good player. I mean, I don't want to get too excited.
Thanks for the 2. Appreciate it.
Yep, we do appreciate it, Julian. I just don't want to get too excited about it.
Yeah.
I've seen too much of this, all right, over the years. Gio Reyna.
I was going to say to your point, yes, especially excelling in MLS. Let's continue to wait and see.
Yeah,
he's been promising at the youth level. We watched it happen this last summer or November-ish area, whenever the World Cup was for them.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is a good point by Average Joe. Figueroa is 19. Okay, he's 19 years old. He's not a hairless. You know, he's a grown man with hairy nuts. Okay.
So Average Joe says Figueroa hasn't done anything as a pro at 19. Julian Hall at 17 is already clear of him. He should get more hype. I think Julian Hall's getting hype though, and I think Figueroa is not getting a lot of hype. I don't think many people are really talking about Figueroa all that much.
Well, they don't even know who he is. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to go play for not our national team. There are other national teams. So.
Like I said, he needs to leave Liverpool. He needs to go to a big boy club, and he needs to compete.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, he's not going to compete at Liverpool. Get the fuck out of Dodge.
Yep.
And go sink or swim.
Yep. Greg Beerholder, who I generally like, but says Gio Reyna at 18 far too low. He deserves to be in top 10 for bringing down the Berhalter regime. Oh, well, okay. That's your reasoning. Fine. But
the terrace of Greg Berhalter here. What a classic picture.
You know, I'm surprised that Reyna made the list at all, to be frank with you. He barely plays for his club.
As far as top 25 greatest American footballers of all time, I think that's a little biased. Yeah, being in the top 25 right now, because don't get me wrong, he shows up for the U.S. men's national team, 100%. Problem is he's been injured for the U.S. men's national team like 75% of his time.
And barely plays for his club.
Fuck the club. I don't care. This is about the U.S. men's national team. But I can sit there and say that as far as what's been produced, top 25, throwing him in there, I think is kind of showing a bit of bias.
Michael Bradley gets a little screwed on this, but I mean, if you're putting Gio Reyna above Michael Bradley,
look at 21
and Weston McKennie.
Mm.
What are we doing?
My God, who did this? What is this? Via Sports Illustrated.
Well, fuck those idiots.
Let's see: Pulisic, Dempsey, Donovan,
That's
Friedel, Reyna, Pope, Jones, Ramos, Balboa, Howard.
Fine.
That far down.
Yeah, that's all right. Not going to argue all that, but I mean, even Wallace, whatever.
O'Brien, man. I mean, again, that's kind of looking at the prospect more so than overall production.
He barely played. Yeah.
Yeah. Brian McBride, Keller, Winalda.
McBride way too low.
Bradley, Stewart, McKinney, Wondolowski at 22.
What?
What the fuck?
What is that? I love Wando, but
and Jermaine Jones is below
24.
Even Josie's at 25. I mean, Wando shouldn't be anywhere near that 25.
Yeah, we don't even know what the factors they used to pick this shit.
It doesn't fucking matter.
I get it.
Wando was a heavy hitter when he did play for us. He wasn't. He may have gotten back a couple of goals, but as a whole,
you got to boost Jermaine Jones way up this list. And Alexi Lalas is above Wondolowski, and he shouldn't even be on this list, frankly. Sorry, Lexi, if you're watching, my apologies up front. You're a legend, but you don't belong on this list. Not as a player. There are other players.
Well, 25 of all 11 spots on the pitch. I mean, you're talking about basically two rotations of players over the course of 36 years now, roughly speaking. I'm only starting at 90 at that point.
Where's Dooley? Where's Thomas Dooley?
I didn't see him on there, no.
He's not on there. So anyhow, there are players left off for obvious reasons. They're maybe
Brad Guzan deserves to be on there over Chris Wondolowski.
Yes, for as much as he contributed, I'd agree.
100%, 100%. Not even a question. Yeah. And I'm sorry. And I know that he's making the comparison as being the original Jesus Pereira. I think Jesus Pereira deserves to be on here over Wondolowski. And I'm a defender of Chris. I when he was picked, and I saw him flub that one goal opportunity against Belgium. I said, if there was any player on the pitch that you would have expected to put that ball away, it would have been Chris.
Yeah, that's kind of arguing rotten apples versus rotten apples.
But then again, it was an opportunity I think most players in that spot should have put away. But that was his bread and butter. But no, I think I don't know.
Eddie Lewis is a good call for years. Freddie Ledoux, I can't go that far. But yeah, there's some good players left off this list. I'm not going to argue at all because it's Sports Illustrated and they don't know Jack. So there you go.
All right, let's start talking about some U.S. men's national team March window stuff going on here.
Painful. This is really painful. Self-awareness, not there. All right, for me, the national team means so much because when I go, it's like we have to prove everything to everyone, always, all the time. From when I started playing, we've always had to point to prove that this group is talented. You have so many players in Europe and doing well. But how far can we take this? We? Okay. How can we make people respect U.S. soccer for soccer? We're seeing that, and we have a big summer. Where everyone is going to be watching us.
Unlike another dual NAD, he is in fact 100% committed to the U.S. men's national team.
Yes, he is.
So
yeah, I don't doubt that.
That's why he can say we.
I suppose, but he's probably not going. We want to make this big. We want kids to see us in the World Cup and think we want to be like them when we grow up. That really pushes you because we can make it really big and inspire people. So, fine. It's all the fine. I know why he's saying we because he's been part of the lineup. But he got to start. this weekend. And you were, I know, as I tuned in, I thought, please God, let Musa play well. Please. Not even a religious dude. And he didn't. He played poorly. So that's not from this weekend.
No. I know, but this is a video somebody posted.
And what happens, or about right here? What happens? About right here, what happens?
He's going to hit the post.
Yeah, no, I don't even.
Oh, they didn't show what.
Because
what did you do there? What did you do
nothing
there?
happens. He had to go backwards. Yep.
He should have just faked and then continued to his right and then ripped a shot.
All right, are we done?
Like fake in here, and then cut out and rip.
Okay. Well, there were lots of things he could have done. There are guys making runs.
Oh, he could have slotted it right there.
Yep. There are guys making runs. There's this guy in between the two center backs. Not him.
This guy, yeah.
He's like, I'm fucking wide open.
Damn. Right there.
I'm wide open, motherfucker. Lift your fucking head and pass me the ball. No.
His head's up. He's looking right at him. He's like, dude, you called me a putz earlier. I'm not passing it to you.
Yep.
Although it does look like the ball glitched behind his leg right here, doesn't it?
Yeah, but he should have already made the pass a step before
100%.
the tackle came in. So he blew it.
See,
right there. Right there.
Dodged. What? Gotta get out of the way. Get out of the way. I gotta make the pass.
That's gotta be a pass, not another dribble.
Too late.
That's gotta be a pass, not another dribble. You had two guys making runs. I don't want to see all these fucking videos of Musa, how he used to play. These are year-old videos, 4-year-old videos, 6-year-old videos. And what did he do this weekend? He got yanked at halftime. That's what happened.
The tail to sit. I mean,
he finally got a start.
Streak. He's 2 goal streaks in, and then bang.
So they finally give him a start after the 2 games he scored goals in. And what did he do with it? He played like a mindless, lost puppy.
What about this bit of creativity, Derek?
I don't care.
Boom.
That's the old Musa. That's not the guy.
Boom.
But in the same sense, it's the old Musa in the sense that typically in the final third, he's not going to give you anything.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated as much as everybody else.
I mean, he can chalk this cycle off completely, and he needs a correction course. He needs to fix his club career 100%.
Yep.
He needs to fix his mind.
Meanwhile, Ben Kramashi started this weekend and looked incredibly competent for Parma and went 90 minutes. Okay? That's what we're looking at right now. Whereas Musa certainly had all the right tools. It's just a little something missing right here.
Yeah.
Up in the noggin.
It's again, he does all the dirty work, and if you could just distribute the ball, do simple distributions out. You spin, you beat a man or two, and all of a sudden it opens up. Just make a nice little pass out to the wing. You're fine. Just done. Go away.
You know what? It's like one of those players we've talked about before. This was Aronson's problem for a long time too. His player IQ drops the closer and closer he gets to the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You go from a 150 IQ somewhere around the midfield to a fucking 80 or a 70 by the time you reach the final third. So there you go. Unfortunately. So Kramashi is not going to make the World Cup team, Julian, as much as you would like him to. But this is promising in the sense that Kramashi had a good 90 minutes. He didn't provide much going forward, but he was solid. He did not look out of place. He looked pretty good. He didn't blow my dick off or anything, but he was pretty good. He was not bad at all. And I think a lot of people would have thought, oh, he's going to get out there and look like a clown. He did not. All right.
So yeah, we talked about it earlier. Serginho Dest is in fact injured. He says, I'm out for a little while to do what I love the most. Rehab? That's what he loves to do the most?
I guess.
make any sense, bro.
I know.
But the one thing for sure, this is not the end of the season. I'll do everything in my power to make sure that I'm coming back ASAP on the right timing. Thanks, messages. Won't let you guys down. Now, mind you, the funny thing is that this is not the end of the season. I'll get back. You know, PSV's probably looking at it and going like, well, season's pretty much done at this point.
We got it.
Do we want to rush you back? No. So.
Yeah. Is it true that Des has a degenerative porn addiction? Not that I know about.
It could be part of his rehab. I'm not sure.
But that could be what he likes about rehab. Yeah.
That's why he loves it the most.
Just do a lot of research.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Aston Villa are interested in signing Jonathan David this summer. We talked about him briefly earlier, and the only reason I bring it up is because it does lead us into talking about Juve here in a second.
I don't care.
Juve need to find a consistent striker, somebody who actually opens shit up.
I wouldn't give up on Jonathan David this early.
Yeah, I mean, if history proves otherwise, he should be doing better than what he's doing. Not saying that. I mean, what has he got, like 11 goal contributions or something like that? Some along those lines.
Yeah,
not doing awful.
No, but not great. He looks on occasion like just kind of like a spaz.
So, but I mean, here's the thing, though. I mean, Juve paid significantly more than 15 to 18 million for him. Yes.
Yeah, they're not going to give him away for 15.
No, that's no chance. No chance.
But again, they might give up on him really early. So there's that. I mean, how many more times is McKennie going to start at center forward?
As long as he keeps scoring, I don't think they care.
Well, he did.
Although he started as a right wing back this past week.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we kind of mentioned it briefly. That game was kind of a tale of two halves. Juve was just not existent the entire first half. Like, they had possession, but they didn't do shit.
Yep.
And Pisa looked better actually on the attack. I was kind of scared how the game was going to go. Then they pulled David off. They brought in is it Poga? Was his name? Whatever, it doesn't matter. They brought in a left winger basically, and Yildiz played up top, and they looked far superior at that point.
4-0.
4-0. 4 goals in one half. McKinney was absolutely instrumental in the second goal.
Yep.
He won the ball back, played it off. He had a good game.
I mean, McKinney's the most consistent player we have right now. Period. End of story.
Spalletti says McKinney's a strong player, extremely strong. We put him in every corner of the field, and he always brings home the goods. And that says a lot about the depth and value of the player in terms of quality of person, good guy. You know better than I do what his value is. The club has done everything it had to do with West without me saying anything because they think the same way I do.
I'm sure he said something.
He did when he first walked in. He said, "Hey, first weekend, I want to re-sign this guy."
Yeah, and without me saying anything is a little bit of a joke. He's been doing nothing but plaudits for McKinney for the last 2 months. Almost every press conference. So
sorry. I guess David on the free, huh? I thought they bought his ass. Oh well, then they may take the 15 to 18 million. That's an immediate turnaround.
If they don't believe in him, sure.
Yeah. Never mind. And Speed just says, yes, it was Boga. It's okay. Boga. So Spalletti thinks he's strong. He's a strong player.
He's so
Here's
strong.
A video.
You can slap him
after Tram's goal. So there he goes.
Nope, not yet. Here he is.
Yep.
Come here.
What? Why?
It's a very European thing to do. My grandfather used to do it to me too.
Look
not that hard, but yeah.
Weston's instinct sort of kicked in. He's like, "Oh, okay. We're bring back."
Yeah, they do that. They kind of like pat you on the cheek.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a slap. It was just like, it
was a little harder than you'd expect. But yeah,
but it just seems like everybody else is like hug, and Weston comes. He's like, "What?"
Yeah. By the way, Pulisic this weekend had some good runs, so that's promising. He needs to score again or get an assist soon. Something like that to get his mojo going. So, but they did win 1-0 against Inter, so that's that. So that's good. But yeah, we don't have the full Pulisic back yet.
Mr. Dane wants to know if McKinney wins a Champions League with Juve, would this turn him into a club legend with his longevity included?
No.
I mean, he's like their third ever highest goal scorer in Champions League at this point.
Yeah, but there's too many idiot Juve fans.
How fucking weird is that to really think about? Juve's lack of success in the Champions League for the most part while he's in there, but he's has the third most goals of any player.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it just any midfielder? I think it was any midfielder.
But pundits and fans alike, still too much. Too many of them are dicks.
Juve ain't winning a Champions League though. No,
they're not. No, they're not. You're right.
Maybe it's the future if they can get a striker that can consistently score goals.
Yeah,
but
right.
Here's Alexi Lawless talking about whether or not Poch is going to be calling in any young players into the World Cup team.
Are we kidding? Come on.
Pochettino's job is not to worry about the next World Cup.
If I'm Pochettino, I bring a bunch of kids this summer, use this summer as a stepping stone for 2030. Last weekend, Julian Hall scored again.
He's kidding.
Well, that's the joke. That's the Greg Berhalter and the Copa America thing. The Copa America is just a stepping stone to 2026.
So, yeah, I mean, you hear it. You hear people talk about it. You hear people post it. Oh, I would really like to see this player. Well, you can like it all you want. It ain't happening. There are no players that are off the map like that who are, suddenly going to be called up. I'm happy for all the New York Red Bull kids. I really am. I'm happy for the RSL kids. I'm happy for all the youngsters playing. But no. None of them are coming to the World Cup. None. N-O-N-E. None. N-U-N. None. None. So we can stop talking about it. It ain't happening. It's too late in the game.
And Kevin Sullivan had 2 goals, 2 assists against the Force. That got us thinking, and this will take us into our home team update, sponsored by Zillow. Someday starts today. Is there a chance for one of these teenage prodigies to do so well the next few months that Mauricio Pochettino might be compelled to take one of them to the World Cup?
Come on. They put this question on the show. Mossy, do not let your producer bully you into putting these on. Unless your point is to laugh at the question. If that's the point, which is what they did, then fine. But otherwise, those are questions that idiots come up with. No is the answer. There will be no young MLS teenage prodigies on the World Cup team. Not happening. It's too important. Every spot is worth gold at this point. We don't know how many injuries can happen at the World Cup. We saw Altidore go out at the beginning of a World Cup not long ago. Every position needs to be filled with players that can contribute right now.
Well, there's talk of extending the roster selection for this upcoming World Cup. What if it's a 30-man roster? Do you call in a Munchkin?
No, and I don't think it's going to be 30. I do think they're going to stick to 26. Which is an up from 23 already.
There's going to be what, an additional game or two or whatever because of the extended number of teams.
Yeah, if you get that far.
But I mean, I feel like 26 is still more than enough.
Yeah, it's more than enough.
Tournament. You can cycle through some players, man.
And if it is 30 and you bring a twat or two, fine.
53 NFL 53-man roster.
Then it doesn't matter. They're still not going to play. So if there's 30 guys on the roster and you bring Kevin Sullivan, which is not going to happen, he's not going to play. So let's just get over ourselves and move on. All right.
If you had to take a Kevin Sullivan or like a Matisse Albert, if you had to pick one of those two,
I'm taking Matisse Albert.
Just for his play set and where he plays. Yes,
absolutely. Yes, I'm taking Albert so he can get used to. Because listen, Albert, on his current track, is going to be playing European ball in a top 5 league sooner than Kevin Sullivan. It's just the reality.
Yep.
His track is running faster than Sullivan's, who can't even start for the fucking Union at this point. He's not a starter. He played in a cup game.
Yep.
Great
Honestly
against
believe
defense
that it's
with a
going
force.
to help us win
Defense
this
force.
summer, then okay, that's fine. There's going to be another World Cup, and that might be where you shine. Keep in mind, and we're going to hold Pochettino to this here in a couple of weeks. He said that the World Cup starts for them in March.
Again, jumping back to the whole Banks conversation, if Banks is not here in March, don't expect him here in the summer.
Yeah.
That's my take, more so than anything.
No, it's totally cool. Is Matisse Albert's last name pronounced in a French way? Yes.
Man, everybody's, but that I remember when the tournament was going on, everybody was saying Albert.
Well,
everybody, like everybody,
they're wrong. Get on the out. Listen, he's giving in. He's giving into that. Okay, the Albert thing. It's not.
Fuck that. I would roll with it.
Well, Pulisic gave in from Pulisic, so Albert is probably going to give in to Albert. But his name is Matisse Albert. If you want to call him Albert, I don't care. I have no problem with it. But that's not his original name's pronunciation.
You've got a problem whenever Pete calls you Riche.
No, I don't. I laugh at that.
Yeah.
So, and he's doing it on purpose. So, you know that. Maybe I should call him Dutit. Pete Dutit. Even though that's not his real name either. All right.
These friendlies. If that's true, then we should see the players that he thinks are going to go to the World Cup. And we should see a starting lineup as if the World Cup was starting in these next couple of games.
Yeah. Okay. I love the show. I love Mossy. Great conversations with Alexium. I like to say I like Alexi Lalas. Anyhow, I like him as a person. And lately, his shows and his Twitter's not been full of trolling. It's been just really moderate to good takes that aren't crazy anymore. He used to say some crazy shit. Not saying it anymore. Well, that's good. That's good. It's progress. Yeah. So, oh God, we got this now. All right. I'll trust you show this to Derek. You can see Miles Robinson is the key. Oddly, the Austin trusty numbers are low despite a 5-1 win. Obviously, these cherry pick stats categories don't show much. No, whenever you cherry pick stats, good luck with that, is what I'd say. But go ahead, Brett. It's your show now.
This is it.
Keep in mind we got to do a starting lineup.
Yep. I told you got a.
I'm not doing.
I got a PowerPoint presentation, Derek.
I'm not doing Yanks abroad. Go ahead.
All right, so this is U.S. men's national team left and right center back pairings. Now, Derek, we've talked about it over the course of the last half year or so. How often have we truly played with a 2-out center back formation?
Not very often.
We'll argue against it and everything like that. So we posted this, and this has games played or games started with each other, dual percentage and tackle percentage. And he's looking at the Ream Robinson here, where the highest dual percentage and the highest tackle percentage. Well, not highest, I guess. CCV and McKenzie have the highest there. Look at that.
Yeah, but who did they play against?
CCV. That sounds like
all of this is out of context. If we don't even know who they played against, all these numbers are out of context.
Well, I guess for the ignoring what I've let up here and everything talked about, when you look at this, what can you tell? What's your big takeaway?
My big takeaway is Pochettino really likes Richards and Ream.
Yep, look at it. It's Richards and Ream, then it's Ream and Robinson. Those are the three center backs that have the most consistent playing time right now. and then Richards and Robinson. So that's no different. Same three. But then Ream and McKenzie. So there's the 4 center backs.
And you got McKenzie again.
I mentioned, if anything, this indicates the consistency of Poch when it comes to center back. Now, mind you, there's been some flip-flop and changing about. But again, I ask you, how often has it really just been 2 center backs?
Almost never in the last, year and a half?
Go back to Poch's beginning whenever Scally was starting every window for him.
Yeah.
Scally never moved up into the attack. Jedi moved up, but Scally sat back. So I mean, even though it wasn't consistent of flat 3, it's a fluid back 4. Remember, that's what Ream called it. And there are definitely games and times where there were 2, and then you had the backs actually push up together like you normally would expect it. But you have a consistency, in my opinion, under Poch when it comes to center backs, and it's pretty safe to assume that come March, we can guarantee 4 of the center backs. Now, mind you, maybe Trusty showed something this last window that's going to project him further than, say, McKenzie over history. I don't know. We'll see. But as far as whether or not Robinson was the key, and I was curious because I only had my phone, so I'm like, it's hard to do research on my phone to find out who they played, what were the stats, all that stuff. So I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'd be happy to go into some more depth when I get an opportunity. Well, and I had an opportunity today.
Yeah, I'm glad you do, because this is a meaningless chart.
So I have the Ream, Robinson, and the Richards and Robinson games pulled up here.
Okay.
Because those are the big 3 that consistently played together, and we are being told that Robinson is key. So here it is against Mexico, the 2-0 loss. Ream and Miles had roughly about the same rating, more or less the same touches. Long ball passes were a little more in Ream's favor, which is expected, but contributions are roughly the same. Tackles. I was kind of weird, man. I don't know if FOTMOB has the best stats pulled up, because it's weird to see a center back with like legitimately 0 tackles in a match. I don't know. But I went through all the stats, found out where they're hot. This is interesting, though, because you'd think with Miles being a pacier center back that he'd be like the guy that's doing a lot of the recoveries. Look, Ream had 8 recoveries in that match.
Well, I guess it's because he got beat off the front foot.
Not dribbled past. Maybe lobbed over or slotted past, but it was never a dribbled pass.
Right.
So pulling back up, so I felt like Ream won that match.
Yeah.
Here we got more long ball distributions again. Ream controlled,
of course. Yeah, Ream. Yeah,
more recoveries. But the ground duels were dominant over Ream in that sense.
Would like to see through balls.
Well, I mean, I think that's all lobbed into long ball distribution.
Well, then Ream's going to win that every single time,
for the most part.
Yeah, because Miles only even tried 4, and Ream more than doubled, almost tripled his numbers.
Here against Ecuador, though, Miles had a higher. More long ball contributions. There you go. 1 game.
Pretty odd.
Yeah. The stats are favoring Ream in that match. And then against Paraguay, Miles had the favoring contributions here.
Mm-hmm.
So is he key? Is he the key for success?
No.
No, there's nothing really standing out in any of Miles' matches with Ream that make me think that, he was the key. He was the linchpin of that center back pairing.
No.
But the big talking points here, the number of tackles, the duels, the recoveries, because that's one thing that they talk about here was only starting duo with more than 6 recoveries per game were Ream and McKenzie and then Ream and Robinson. But Ream out-recovered, out-dueled, and out-tackled. So Ream won.
I'd be more concerned by Ream's start to the season. I'd be more concerned
and
about
yeah.
one good game for Miles Robinson so far this season. One really good game, and then kind of questionable otherwise. I would be more concerned about current form right now, than I would any of these stats. As you said,
100%. Stats. In my opinion, stats may indicate like how a performance occurred, but it's not a clear-cut example because stat padding is the thing.
Yes,
we talk about with passing. Oh, he completed 89 of his 94 passes. Well, how many of them were backwards and lateral?
It's like expected goals. Really? Is that how we're going to do this? All right. So right now, Richards to me is the key.
Well,
and I don't care. The stats show it.
Stats benefit Richards in this case. Again, 9 contributions, 12 contributions, better distribution, better long ball for the most part. I mean, it is just clear and cut a Richards game.
Yep.
Here we go. Tackles 1-3, 30% to 40%, 9-9, and that's probably that's actually closer than it was with Ream, but Richards, in my opinion, is more the linchpin.
I mean,
quarterback carrying.
Are we watching Crystal Palace?
Yeah, it's
not an argument. Like, I don't care, actually. You could throw all these stats right out the trash for me. I'm watching the games. I watch Miles Robinson have a pretty good start to the season. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I'll put that in my back pocket because Poch likes Miles. And if he ends up on the team, okay, I hope that's the Miles Robinson I got. But it's not the Miles Robinson we get every game. And then Tim Reeves had a rough time of it. So, yeah. Miles saved my brother's life. My brother was paralyzed. And while Miles was playing, my brother got up and turned off the TV.
So I guess my point is that when we're pulling up these stats that come off of ESPN or Football Americas and stuff, and they're showing arguably what's meaningless, quite frankly. And Colin mentioned that as well. These are cherry pick stats. Yes. They don't indicate much of anything.
They don't indicate dick. And by the way, with BMR coming in with, remember when Enter Valencia absolutely smoked Chris Richards? Yes, I do. And that was just not on Chris Richards all by himself. He got totally exposed. There was nowhere. Chris Richards was on an absolute island. He should never have been there all by himself. Should not have happened. Ream was way out left, and I can't remember who's on the right. Was it Freeman? Way out right. He's playing on an island. That was, of course, he's going to get burned. That was just bad setup. Bad setup. Bad, like, team cohesion. Really bad. Right? So, yes, he's going to get burned even by an older Enter Valencia at this point. Sorry. It's just, we talked about it at the time. That was not all on Richards. Especially in the, we didn't even have really solid control of the ball in the midfield yet. And as soon as we lost it,
it was
Richards was all alone by himself. So
it was starting off. It was Miles Robinson, Richards, Ream. So we played a back three in that sense.
Yeah.
And yes. I do recall. Yeah, I do recall that exact play. Now that I think about it, the team who's starting there, I remember this.
Yeah. So Richards is dog slow though. He's not fast. I think his strides are a lot faster than you think. He certainly looks languid when he runs. So there you go.
He's not the fastest center back out there.
No, he's not.
Not going to make that argument, but I don't think he's slow as shit though.
No. So anyhow, the plain fact is, we're going to play a back three. I don't care what the fuck Tim Ream said to whatever show he was on.
A fluid four.
It's like, whatever, dude. We watched the games.
Well, I mean, who knows what's happening with? We know Des isn't going to be here. We're not sure what's happening with Jedi at this point.
He'll be there. But
So will that mean that Arston is going to start at left back? Then yes, Freeman's going to be sitting back most of that match.
Jedi's just an ankle knock. He'll be fine.
Okay.
So
I guess it depends. I mean, I guess if Jedi's back and Freeman's playing out right, let's just say, then yeah. If Scally gets called in and he's starting at right back, then yeah, he's playing back. I mean, it just depends at this point. We don't have Dest as an option at this point, so that kind of limits likely what can happen out there.
yeah. So these picks are going to be pretty interesting.
Hey,
I mean, we
goalkeeper.
start with the most useless position whatsoever. Freeze.
It's an obvious one, I think.
Brady. I don't know. You pick them.
Oh no, we're not doing backups on this. I thought.
Oh yeah, all right.
I can't do that on this one. I have to pull up a different one.
Starting line. Richards in the middle. Despite what people think, it's Ream on the left. Don't see any reason for that to change. Would have liked that to be Banks, but it ain't gonna be. Probably Freeman. Be my guess.
You want to hold up and we'll just fill in the other spots first and come back to that?
I mean, you really have somebody else in mind?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, depending on who's going to be playing the wing back on the right hand side, who's going to be on the wing back? I guess are you saying Jedi's going to be playing? You think?
Yeah, I do. He was in the lineup. Remember, he just didn't play, so he's healthy enough to be in the listed, but not healthy enough to play in a cup game. All right, they're not risking him in a cup game. Yeah, so that's Freeman for me.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Robinson, quite frankly.
I would. I think that Poch has leaned Freeman for a while now.
Robinson played in the last window, or the previous window, maybe.
But he's sure been leaning Freeman for a while.
That's fair. It could be. I'm not making the argument against him. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
No. I mean, if it was Miles, I wouldn't be shocked. Got to be Adams and Tessman.
I think we're both in the agreement that he's probably going to be playing McKinney up higher.
Yep. And then Pulisic and McKinney. Because, frankly, Tillman's not earned it. Came back today, played some more. Listen, I've watched so many Tillman games this season. Has he had some moments? Yes. Has he been mostly meh in the games I've watched? Yes. Mostly meh. I mean, when I tune in for a game and all I'm doing is watching one guy and I'm watching a guy not do much for most of the game, yeah. Has he had good games? Absolutely he's had good games where I've been like, okay, I think he's got it now. Now, is he coming back from injury, getting those 33 minutes this weekend? Sure. But still, meh. It's just meh. A lot of meh. M-E-H this season for Tillman for me.
Average Joe, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Go ahead. No. That's totally
I was going to say, if Perez manages to convince Banks, sure, we'll start him.
He's not going to be there.
I don't see it happening. Maybe we're a little jaded. Maybe we're a little
cynical.
Glass is half empty at this point. But
no, I think
think it's realistic.
If you missed the beginning of the show, go back and watch it. We laid out very clearly why we don't think Banks is going to get called up in March. He's got a 10% chance at this point.
I mean, I know that we cut out the last Banks segment and made a show out of it. I feel like we cut out that segment too.
I feel like we've hammered this, but it doesn't seem like, outside of the fact that over 1,000 people watched the segment you cut out.
Yeah.
Which is a lot for a show, because we do live shows. People don't know us for videos, right? That 1,000 people watch that. You would think 1,000 people would be more educated on what Banks said and what Poch has said and how those things clash. They just clash. So
Aji Bombi Mong says Aji's greater than Balogun.
No. Not yet.
Love the picture.
Love the photo though. Love it.
Sugar3234 says until he says he's not playing for us and isn't in March, add our best lineup.
No, we're doing Poch's. We're doing Poch's lineup here.
Yeah. Again, yeah. Guys, we've always done that for like ever since we restarted the show again. We've always been a no bullshit, no Disneyland.
Yep.
We're channeling our inner Berhalter, inner Poch. Again, we could be wrong, and if Banks is included, he might be over Freeman at that point. But then again, maybe Freeman still starts because, like you said, he's been favoring Freeman there.
He has, and
I think if he gets called in, he's gonna get it played. But
if you missed the beginning of the show where we broke down all the comments from Poch and from Banks, it would lead you to believe that Banks is not getting called up in March.
More like live show, not live shows. It's true. As we get closer and closer here, though, that might be picking back up.
Yes, as we get closer, there will be shows that are live during the week. There'll be multiple shows during the week. But hey, man.
Yeah, as we get closer to this March window, we may be going back to a Monday, Thursday, and then obviously live broadcast the shows or the games.
The games.
So yeah, we'll be back on the schedule then. We need news, guys. We need the news.
We need news. We need things to happen. We don't have Greg Berhalter to kick around anymore. All right, let's pick the rest.
Again, I can't do benches here. I'd have to pull up a whole different lineup thing.
Fuck. I thought we were doing the whole 26. All right. Well, it is what it is. This is starting 11. I guess we can do next Monday, but then they're going to announce it on what? Next week, Wednesday? So I guess we could squeeze in the 26. But I thought we were going to do 26. So I guess
I can pull it up, Derek. It won't take long, I guess.
No, I've had enough. Mercy. So this is our starting 11. We will do the full 26 next Monday before the announcement's made. But I just want to let people know, I think you're going to see some people left off that you want on this team like Banks. He's not going to be called up because of what has happened, what has been said. I would be surprised to see Scally. Maybe with 26, Scally squeaks in. I don't know. I do think Tillman's on this team. I don't think he starts, but I do think he's definitely on this team. The Reyna thing, how much leeway are we giving Reyna at this point? Yes, when he plays for the U.S., he's very good. He can't even get shit minutes in a game they're down 4-0, 3-0. What the fuck is that at Gladbach? I mean,
I gotta say when it comes to Gio on that front, though, Poch's comments about his club form compared to his national team form are two different things. So that kind of gives me a gleaming hope that maybe Poch will still call him in regardless, given his performance in November. But
that's the only gleaming hope. I do think Cardoso will get one more shot.
As long as he can remain healthy.
Right. I think he'll get one shot this March to prove what he's got. I don't think he's going to abandon that dude, and he's going to go visit him. So that says something. Not him personally, but or he will be at the Atletico match. He will be. So, yeah. So we'll see how that works out. We'll get into the full 26 then next Monday. This is our starting 11, or was, and I am tired as shit. So anyhow, great spending time with you guys, and a lot more to continue to keep our eyeballs on as we go forward. Until the next time on the Straight Red Card, many kisses. Good night.
That hurt.
Welcome to the post-match press conference of the match between...
Sometimes people have sex in different ways.
69.
And one way is a type of sex called oral sex.
It's really good. You know,
I don't particularly enjoy it.
set the right tone, set the standards.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
The knowledge
and also experience from different people. And
Only if you're doing it right.
I am very good.
Every man thinks he knows which positions women love, but most are completely wrong.